Let's turn this into this. I've been wanting to transform this garden for years. Every time I walk past it, I'm just reminded of how ugly it is. First, I got rid of the dead flowers, and then I tackled these geraniums. It's not the worst look, but it's really not my favorite and not my vibe. I really want to plant a whole bunch of flowers and have such a happy little garden that makes me smile every single day. The geranium plants were a lot easier to get up than I originally thought. I could pull them up by hand and didn't even need the shovel. As I was reaching underneath this bush, I experienced one of the most terrifying things in my entire life. Watch this moth very carefully. That was a scream of sheer terror. Anyways, this huge pile is just of the geraniums, so I quickly put them in trash bags because the garbage truck would be here any minute. I literally sprinted with my last trash bag just to get it in the trash can in time. A maple tree was growing underneath this bush and it grew to about 4 feet long before I got to it, so instead of digging it up, I just decided to cut it. I made a pretty big mess on the sidewalk, so I decided to sweep everything up. You can tell that I haven't swept next to the drain in a very long time, and debris just gets built up there by the wind. I took a trip to Lowe's and Home Depot and I found these gorgeous shade plants and picked up some potting soil while I was at it. I think this is the placement that I want. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I like it. First though, I'm going to take this bark and move it to this location because it looks really bare and I don't have anything to plant there. I was surprised at how long it took to plant these plants, especially because the dirt was so tough and hard. It's really not good quality dirt. I don't know if this was the most ideal arrangement of the flowers and bushes, but if you have an opinion against it, it's too late. I already planted them and there's no going back. I'm so sorry. I planted the 4 identical shade bushes close to the window, and then I had these tall flowers that I got on clearance from Walmart that I put right in front of them so that I could see them from inside my apartment because they're so tall. These beautiful blue and white flowers that I'm planting at the front of the garden are called balloon flowers, and they do require a lot more sunlight than the other ones, so they might die. But I decided I didn't really care and I'm gonna try. And if they die, then I'll just find some other things to plant there next year. Next, I planted the rest of my shade bushes off to the right, as you can see, and I had to dig the biggest hole for this reddish bush, which is my favorite one out of the entire bunch. Don't tell anyone, but I just absolutely love it. Then I dispersed the rest of my potting soil around the flowers and tried to smooth out the bad dirt that I dislodged. Also keep in mind that I moved all of the bark over to fit underneath the tree. I gave them a really good soak so that hopefully they'll survive. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Here is the after of this huge project. It did take me all day and I am very sore, but it was so worth it and I am so grateful and proud of this garden now. Every time I walk by it, it just makes me smile and makes me so happy. So I'm really happy that it worked out and I was able to accomplish this task. Also, please ignore the huge gaping hole in the middle of the flowers. I didn't know what to plant there, so it's gonna stay.